Crash Team Racing was released nearly 20 years ago. It is the final PlayStation 1 game made by Naughty Dog, and it's also the second last Crash game before Sony losing the rights to Crash. And 20 years later, the game was finally remade again after the success story of Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, and also Spyro Reignited Trilogy. So, is it a great successor to the original PlayStation 1 game, or is it just another cash grab? In 30th of September 1999, we got Crash Team Racing on the PlayStation 1. And let's be honest here, it was a clone of Mario Kart. But it's not such a bad thing. It wasn't really a straight rip-off like many other clones. It did have its share of differences, such as adventure mode, and it did have a lot of unlockables, unlike Mario Kart 64 back then, and many more. But anyway, and to be honest, I also preferred the Crash Team Racing over Mario Kart. It's maybe a matter of opinion. It's not really more of a which is better. But I guess doesn't really matter, since maybe after that Mario Kart got many sequels that improved it a lot. But anyway, even so, it's a great game back then, and it still is today. It did need some modern features, like online, of course. But hopes for a Crash Team Racing sequel or remake was impossible for many years, since Activision bought the rights to the franchise and didn't make anything with the franchise for a while, until 9 years later, of course, when they released Insane Trilogy, and later the Spyro Ignited Trilogy. Both were successful and well received, but everybody hoped after that Crash Team Racing would get the same treatment, and it finally did. However, there is a difference, of course. Insane Trilogy was the exact same as the original trilogy on the PlayStation 1, but it did have some new stuff, such as 2 new levels, relics for the first 2 games, better graphics, and many other more stuff. So many argued that this could be a remaster, and others argued that it could be a remake. This is why Vicarious Visions said that they're more of a remaster plus, since they're a mix of both. But anyway, Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, on the other hand, is a remake of the original. It's not a remaster, but rather a remake. The graphics have been improved, but not only that, we got new characters, new tracks, the ability to switch cars, and to play battle mode alone in single player, whether you want to play it alone or with your friends, online mode, and many more. The game has adventure mode. It's the exact same as the original, but the cutscenes now have different animation. You can play and switch your characters and card during the game in adventure mode anytime. Whether it's someone like Ripper Roo or Nitrous Oxide or any one of them. Anytime you want. You can even play with Nitropy or even any of the Grand Prix characters, which I'll explain later. And anytime. And it also has a new difficulty setting, easy mode, which is extremely easy. Obviously, I know it sounds stupid, but anyway. Also medium mode, which is the exact same as the original game, nothing different. And of course hard mode. Now hard mode can be really hard, so it's not recommended if you're new to the series, but still hard mode feels really fun. Do note, however, that there's no reward for playing in any of the 3 difficulties, nothing, and you'll get the exact same. Only maybe one achievement if you play hard. But anyway, that's not the matter here. If you don't care about achievements, it's okay. However, so basically anyway, these 3 difficulties shows that unlike Insane Trilogy, which has become a bit harder, you have the option to make it harder or easier here in Nitro Fueled, and maybe only in the time trials, which is a difference in difficulty, but that's something else. And anyway, if you don't like any of these new changes in adventure mode, you can play on a different mode in adventure called classic mode. It's the exact same as the original mode, in the original game I mean, in every way, but with the difference in graphics. You got 8 characters to choose from, and only one that you'll have to play with until you finish the adventure mode, and you can't change. So anyway, and you unlock also the exact same things. And speaking of unlockables, everything in the first game is unlocked by playing adventure mode normal, and except even Nitrous Oxide, you have to beat him, and that's it. Now anything else you have to buy from the pit stop, which I'll talk about later. And also, despite the name of the game, it's as many of you noticed, it's called Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, which sounds like a remake of the first game, racing game, Crash Team Racing. But despite that, it's not. It's also a remake of Crash Nitro Kart, and maybe to some extent a remake of Crash Tag Team Racing. As you see, all the cars, tracks and battle arenas from Crash Nitro Kart are in the game, but they have also modified to feel like they belong in Crash Team Racing, since the levels are now shorter and they don't feel like a chore to play, unlike the original Crash Team Nitro Kart levels. Maybe the only problem is that the anti-gravity feature in Crash Nitro Kart has been removed, but I guess it's understandable, which is sad but understandable. And sadly, the story mode from Crash Nitro Kart and the team mode are also in the game. It would be nice if they were in the game. Crash Team Racing, on the other hand, we didn't really get much content from it, other than the cars, or rather should I say cars, not carts. So yeah, you can customize your cars from Crash Tag Team Racing cars, but they're designed to look like cars now, and the Wampa coins have came. Wampa coins from Crash Tag Team Racing have came here to buy stuff from the pit stop, and of course the clashing feature isn't in the game, but I guess the game is fine without any of these. Online is also added to the game, and it's really fun. It does have some glitches, but to tell you the truth, they didn't really come out much when I played the game, and you can always play offline if you want, but online rewards you with more Wampa coins than when you play offline, especially during the weekend days. So now, speaking of Wampa coins, they come when you play anything, whether you win or lose, anything in the game. It does of course matter when you win. The more you when you come first, you'll earn the most rewards in the race. But most of all the battle arena modes, if not all, will reward you about 20 coins when you play offline. However, as for racing levels, they vary. As the longer a track is, the more coins you will get. And of course, as I mentioned, it varies depending on the position that you finish at. And Wampa coins, can you use them? You can use them to unlock many things in the game, like cards, card stickers, card colors, costumes, and characters, and many more. Also, and many things that were exclusive to adventure mode in the original game, such as crystal grabbing and CTR challenges, they are now available to play anytime without the need of adventure mode. Capture the flag, and also in battle mode now you can play offline or online, and alone or without anybody, or with somebody. anytime. There are modes such as capture the flag, last car standing, and many more. And the soundtrack, sorry, it's great. It's really better than the original in my opinion. However, if you don't like the soundtrack, the modern one, you can switch to the original anytime from the options menu. Now let's talk about the Grand Prix. It is a smooth way to add new content and unlock them in a fun way. You collect something called Nitro Points. You can collect them by doing special tasks in the game, and you unlock things such as characters, cars, stickers, and many more. And they stay for about less than a month, but maybe 3 weeks, I guess. But don't worry if you missed one of the Grand Prix events. If you missed one, all the content with them will return again. Maybe not soon, however, maybe sometime after they stop the Grand Prix events. However, any level that comes with the Grand Prix stays normally, so don't worry about that. As for anything you missed in the Grand Prix, it will return again by you buying them from the pit store. Now let's talk about some of the game's flaws. It does have some flaws. The simplest one is maybe Oka's voice actor. It was replaced by someone else. I'm not sure who is, sorry. And his voice acting isn't as good as the previous voice actor. Now it isn't really much of an issue, however. Oka only talks during the tutorials and hints. But anyway, the biggest issue is the Wampa coins. You can only unlock earn Wampa coins by being online. You don't have to play online modes, but basically you must have internet in order to earn any. So and you can't do anything with them if you don't have online, or if you don't have internet in general. And at first I thought anyway, you didn't earn much coins when you play offline modes. At first I thought that this is maybe to encourage you to play online, but turns out that the reason is microtransaction. It was expected from Activision anyway, but it's still a shame, as they promised us that they won't add any microtransactions. And you pay for money to get Wampa coins. It isn't pay to win, since it doesn't affect the gameplay and you can unlock everything by playing. But it's still really a shame. And you also can spend more than $10 to earn Wampa coins. But still, microtransactions are an issue, and it's an AAA game. So overall, whether you're a fan of Crash Team Racing or not, or whether you're a fan of the Crash series or not, this is a truly worthy remake, and I dare I say it's better than the original. The gameplay is great, and it still is great as ever. It did have lots of fresh content, and still getting more. It even has Pyro now as a playable character. So basically, it's really worth getting, even if you haven't played the original, or even if you're not a fan of Crash Bandicoot. It's a 9.5 out of 10 game for me. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my review. And if you do, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time for more content.